Welcome to the Video CPA. I've got an update for you on the coronavirus stimulus payments, which the IRS and the government are now calling economic impact payments. And I want to just tell you about it. It came out Friday. It's basically directed for those people that don't file a tax return, and it's called the non-filer tool. So it's a database where they can collect your direct deposit information. So I've got a couple of screens from their website that I'm going to let you look at that might guide you through this thing. And then there's a couple other bits of information that we'll get into as we have a chance. So if you haven't filed a tax return for a while, you need to actually put into your browser non-filer payment information. And make sure you're clicking on an IRS site and not some other site, because there are probably already some sites out there that want to charge you for doing this. But so make sure it's the IRS site. You should come to a screen like this. Once you're at this screen, go down to the blue box down there and hit non-filers, enter payment information here. Once you click on the blue box, you're going to be brought to this enter payment information screen. And it's an online form, so check the Get Started box down at the bottom. The next form is a registration form. You're going to have to give them your email address, your phone, and you're going to have to set up a user ID and password on this form. Once you go by this form, you're going to have to provide then some additional information, which is the information that they need in order to send you your stimulus payment. And that information is as follows. You're going to have to give them your full name, your current mailing address, and an email address again, your date of birth and a valid Social Security number. You're going to have to give them a bank account number and your routing number, and you're going to have to tell them what type of bank account it is. If it's anything other than a checking account, you need to check with your bank and make sure that the routing number is correct for that particular account, because sometimes with saving accounts, the banks will have a different routing number. You're also going to have to give them your identity protection personal identification number if you received one from the IRS. If you haven't, don't worry about it. You're going to have to give them your driver's license and the state that it was issued if you have one, and then any qualifying child that you might have, and their Social Security number as well. So just be prepared when you get in here that you're going to have to give them that information. And also with the children, you're going to have to give them their relationship to you or to you and your spouse. So if you haven't filed a tax return for a while, don't neglect giving them this information, or it will slow up your stimulus payment, or you won't get one at all until you do. So make sure you're mindful of that. Now let's go on to another couple of items in this little bulletin. Now, in addition to the non-filer tool, they're also introducing what they're calling the Get My Payment tool. And so one of the purposes of the Get My Payment tool is to tell you when you're going to get your payment, give you an idea of when it's going to be sent out or when it's going to be deposited. And so in contrast to what I told you on the last video, they are going to be sending out checks, they're telling us now, in addition to direct deposit. But if you would like direct deposit instead of a check, you can go out into the Get My Payment tool and there supply your direct deposit information so that you can get your check a little bit quicker. The Get My Payment tool is supposed to be ready next week sometime. The IRS has said it will be ready on April 17th, so we'll see if that happens. But as far as the refunds go, they did start sending them out this week, and this is actually Monday the 13th of April. And they're being sent out for those people that have filed a tax return for 2018 or for 2019 and included their direct deposit information on either one of those tax returns. Now, if you're on Social Security or Railroad Retirement and you did not file a tax return, they're saying that those refunds, or those stimulus payments, I should say, are going to be sent out in the near future. So we don't know yet what the near future means. But That gives you an idea of when you might be receiving your payment. And if you did file tax returns and included your direct filing information or your direct deposit information in 2018 or 2019, you may well get your stimulus payment this week. The update, thank you very much, and review the information on this slide and visit some of my other channels and other videos, and subscribe. I would like that. Thank you very much. Bye.